Hi, you are an aspiring entrepreneur and you want to go into business. You are a business person and you want to enter a new market. In this video, I will share with you what I call the strategy of the three ones. It is a strategy taught by Jesus to his disciples as they were entering new territories with the kingdom gospel. Yes, we want to take our insight today from the Bible, the book of the law, the Jesus content strategy formula. So if you want to know more about this powerful content I'm about to share with you, stay connected and let's go. Hi everyone, Zoe from Cameroon. I'm a PhD lecturer and a researcher in management science. I'm an author, I'm a keynote speaker, and also a coach. And as usual, it's always a pleasure for me to be with you. Today, we want to deep dive into the Bible, the book of the law. And from that book, we want to extract some nuggets to help us enter new market, dominate that market, to help us as business people to understand how to dominate in a new market. When you want to enter in a new market, what will be your strategy of differentiation? What will you have to do? You have to want to go into business. For example, you are an aspiring entrepreneur. What should be your strategy of communication, of differentiation? This is very important. And I want to say to you upfront, and I used to say this because it's important to remind people about that. When I'm talking about the Bible, I'm not talking about a religious book because I'm not a religious person. I'm a PhD lecturer. I'm a researcher in management science. I'm a keynote speaker. I find laws and principles that govern lives, that govern life, that govern the actions of men in order to help people become more and more successful. And for me, the Bible is the book of the law because in the Bible you will find principles, values, laws that govern life that can help anyone achieve success in any field of endeavor. And I want to remind you this. A principle is a principle because it can be applied in many other areas. If something is a principle and cannot be applied in a different area, therefore, that principle or that thing people call principle is not a principle. A principle cannot be restricted to a specific field or a specific domain. A principle can be applied in all the domains. And you have to understand that. And it is from that perspective that I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to extract from the Bible to share with you as a business person, because we are here because we want to make a difference. We want to differentiate ourselves in the marketplace to make more impact and more money. Yes, I want you to understand this. The key word here when it comes to succeeding and dominating in the market is differentiation. The blue ocean strategy that many of us know is founded on the principle of being different. If you are not different, you will not be attractive. If you are not different, you will not be able to stand out. And in this passage, I want to read to you, Jesus was sending his disciples into new territories. As you and I, we have to go into new marketplace, into new industries, into new markets. how do we have to position ourselves? What type of strategy do we have to use to enter that new market and dominate in that new market? And I think also that Jesus has the authority because the movement Jesus started more than 2,000 years ago is still relevant today, because more than 4 billion of people are claiming to be Christians. That is, to be living according to the principles taught in the Bible. What does that mean? It means that the man, the personality called Jesus, has many things to teach us to help us stand out and in a sustainable way to dominate a marketplace. And I want you to have that perspective as I want to go into the Bible. What I call the Jesus content strategy formula will help you differentiating yourself in the marketplace. It's about that. And it is very important for you to understand. So let's look at the passage of Matthew chapter 10 from verse 5 to verse 8. It is Jesus who is talking and is giving instructions to his disciples, and he is sending them out to new territories. I read. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. These are the instructions Jesus gave to his disciples, to his missionaries. They were going into new territories. It was the first time they were going to those places to preach the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. And Jesus gave them a formula, a strategy that you and I can apply today. In fact, many people have applied this simple but powerful strategy to stand out in many industries. Whether they have done it consciously or not, the truth is this: it is a formula that works, and you and I, we need to pay close attention to this. Now, I've told you in the beginning of this video that I call this strategy the strategy of the 3 ones. The first one is one target or one audience or one niche. The strategy of Jesus was based on one, the number 1. Let me tell you this. If you want to stand out, it means also implicitly that you want to be the one. Every business person who gets into a market wants to become the one. He wants to be the one among many others. When you want to stand out, it means you want to become the one. And 1 is very powerful because 1 is the number of God. It is the number of differentiation. It's the number of singularity. It is the number of the beginning. All of us, we want to be the one where people have to go to, the one who dominates, the one who dominates in a specific niche. We want to be the one. What does that mean? We want to be different. We want to stand out. And the first thing Jesus taught them in his strategy was focus on one target, one audience, one niche, not many. Let me read you this part. He told them, do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. Why Jesus emphasized on the fact that they should not go elsewhere, only to the lost sheep of Israel, because Jesus knew that there are many temptations into embracing many audiences or many niches. He knew that along the way to reach the lost sheep of Israel, there will be Samaritans, there will be towns of Samaritans, there will be cities of the Gentiles, and all those different cities will be appealing to his missionaries. So he emphasized in the beginning that you should not go there, you should not go there. Just focus on one niche, and your niche, it is the lost sheep of Israel. That is very powerful. I know that there are many people out there who do not believe in the power of focusing on one niche. But I want to tell you, the person who is talking in this passage, it is a person of authority, because today there are more than 4 billion people who are claiming to be of his church. And that is very important. If the movement Jesus started is still making impact today, it means that he knows many things we have to study, and he taught his disciples to focus on one target. Now, my question for you is this: what does the lost sheep of Israel represent to you? What is that audience you have to focus on? What is that niche you have to invest yourself in? There are many temptations, and I'm guilty of that also. We have this tendency of wanting to embrace all different niches. At times when we start focusing on one audience, there are many other audiences that seem appealing, and we want to do that also. We want to share content for those audiences also, but you have to understand, it is a mistake. You cannot stand out by focusing on many niches. You cannot stand out by focusing on many groups of people. You have to find your group. Jesus was sent, or Jesus sent out his missionaries to one audience, the lost sheep of Israel, not to the Gentiles. This doesn't mean that it is not good to go to the Gentiles, or it wasn't good to go to the towns of the Samaritans. No, it was simply a strategy. You cannot be at the same time the person who solved the problem of the Samaritans, the person who solved the problem of the Gentiles, and the person who solves the problem of the lost sheep of Israel. You have to choose one. You cannot be the same person to everyone. You have to choose your one target. What is your one target? What is your one target? Many people are playing a finite game. They are looking at the instant reward. But no, you don't have to look at the instant reward. You have to look at a sustainable way to make impact and making fortune. And if you want to achieve that, you have to follow this strategy. Focus on one target. What is for you the lost sheep of Israel? Based on your skills, based on your passion, based on your purpose, based on your potential, based, on your natural talent, based on your story, based on your experiences. What is for you the lost sheep of Israel? You have to answer that. And when you find the answer, you have to focus just on that. Yes, it demands discipline. I understand many of us, we want to do many things. We have burdens to solve many problems. But I understood at my expense that success demands focus. And when we talk about focus, it means that any other things is none of my business. I am focusing on this target, on this niche, on this audience. If you want to succeed, especially in 2024, you have to change your mind and become a focused business person. What is for you? The lost sheep of Israel. That was the first one in the strategy of the 3 ones. The second one is one message. Focus on one message, and let me read that part for you. Jesus said to them, as you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. When somebody says to you, proclaim this message, it means what? It means that there are many messages, there are many themes, there are many topics, there are many subjects, but you focus on this message. That is very powerful. You can focus on one target, and concerning that target, issuing many different messages. But Jesus taught his disciple is about one target, one message for one target. That is powerful, my friends. That is powerful. Do you have a message? Do you have a message? Every brand that stands out, every brand that is attractive is a brand that has one message. In a noisy marketplace, in a noisy world, one of the ways for you to stand out is to issue a distinctive message or voice or signal. We are living in the noisiest world ever. We are living in the noisiest market ever. But to stand out is also easy. Be different. Be distinct. Find your one message. And your message doesn't have to be like any other message. The message of Jesus was unique. No one in his age was sharing that message. He was the only one who was preaching, teaching, announcing, and proclaiming that the kingdom of heaven has arrived. Other people were saying that the kingdom of heaven will come. The kingdom of heaven is not yet there, but the only person that was saying that the kingdom of heaven has arrived was Jesus. It was unique, not just in his target, it was unique in his message. That is very powerful. In 2024, if you want to stand out, it's time for you to own your message. And as I told you, when we talk about focusing, we're talking about saying no to other opportunities. If you focus on one message, it means that among all the different messages you can share, among all the different topics you can master, choose just one. And one that is relevant to your one target. That is very, very powerful. And I don't want you to be frightened because your message is not shared by other people. The message of Jesus was controversial. The message of Jesus, he had a polarized, and his message is still polarized today. In your message, you have to take a stand. In your message, you have to take a position. If your message if you want to stand out with your message, You have to accept being controversial. Yes, you have to accept being claimed or being labeled as a polarized person, because the only way for you to stand out is to avoid being among those who are in the mainstream. You have to be polarized. You have not an extremist, no, but you have to have a position, a stand, a belief, a conviction, something about your message that is different from any other message. Don't just choose a message. You have to have a message. Choose a message based on your convictions. Why? Because your convictions are unique. Your talent is unique. Your skills are unique. Your story is unique. Your background is unique. Your experience is unique. Use all of that to come up with your message. It can be controversial, but there is no problem about that. If you want to stand out, you will be polarized. You will take a stand and you will be controversial. So, one message, one target. That was the second one in the strategy of the 3 ones taught by Jesus to his disciples. The third is this: one result. Focus on one result. One target, one message, one result. Let me read it to you. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. It was specific. And all these different results can be summarized into one concept: salvation. The one result Jesus was teaching, instructing his missionaries to focus on was the salvation of people that can be manifested in raising the dead, in healing the sick, in cleansing those who have leprosy, in what else? Driving out demons. This is salvation. There are many other results that someone like Jesus can bring to people, but he focused just on one. Just on one. Just on one. What is the one result you are focusing on right now, or you are projecting to focus on as you enter that new market to dominate it, or as you are projecting to get into business? What is that one result? You have to focus on one result and one result only. Every person who stands out, every brand, every company, it is because of these 3 ones. One target, one message, one result. Powerful, simple, but powerful. And I want you, and I suggest to you that you focus on these 3 things in this, starting from this coming year. One target, one message, and one result. And let me emphasize on something there. You can have the right target. You have your one target. And you can know the kind of result you want to produce for them. But you will stay broke if you do not understand what is the one message that has to go with your activities, with your efforts into standing out to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Those who have great products doesn't succeed in the marketplace. Those who can achieve great results are not automatically those who succeed and dominate their market or their niche. Those who know with accuracy their one target, they are not automatically those who succeed in the marketplace. The missing part for all of them is that they do not have a message. And when I'm talking about the message, I'm talking about content. That is why this strategy is the Jesus content strategy formula. is about content. To stand out, it is your message. Nowadays it's difficult to stand out with just your product. Why? Because technology is accessible to many people. Many people have access to the same technology. That is why it's very difficult today to differentiate your brand with the quality of your product. Most brands differentiate themselves by their message. It is with your marketing message, that is your content strategy, that you differentiate yourself. Because let me tell you this secret: no one buys a product for the product. You know what do people buy? People buy the story of the product, the story of the brand, the story of the service. If you master the art of creating attractive and persuasive content, you will have more clients that you can sell to, because your content will become your instrument of differentiation. Jesus differentiated himself with his message first. No one knew in that time that Jesus can heal the sick, can raise the dead, can drive out demons, can cleanse those who have leprosy. But he used his message. He used his message to say to those people that this kingdom that people were saying to you that is not near, I'm here to tell you that the kingdom of God is here. You can get your healing today. You can get your miracle today. You can get your transformation today. He used, first of all, his message to stand out. And with his message, he attracted people and produced the result he was promising in the message. You can have a great product. You can be able to deliver a great result. You can know your target with accuracy. But if you lack an attractive and a persuasive content strategy, you will stay broke and you will not dominate in that market. That is why my suggestion and my recommendation is for you as a business person and as an aspiring entrepreneur to become intentional in your content strategy. Now you may say to me, but Zoe, I don't have time for that. Let me tell you this. You can outsource the content production part. You can outsource the content distribution part. But you should never outsource the content creation part. People can be involved in that process, but you have to be the person that says it's okay to publish this, because it is your company, it is your vision, it is your purpose, it is your mission, it is your passion, and it is your values even. And no one can talk about that more than you. And I suggest that in this coming year, you start to become intentional in the content creation process. Now you may have difficulties not knowing how to come up with attractive and persuasive content. That's my job. I help people, business people, entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, turn their vision, their purpose, their mission, their values, their talent, their core skills, their stories into valuable, into attractive, into persuasive content they can leverage on social media to stand out. Let me tell you this before I finish. The more competition there is in the market, the easier it is to stand out. Oh, yes. Why? Because when we talk about competition, we talk about sameness. We talk about similarities. We talk about same product to solve the same problem for the same target. Because there are many people with the same product or products that are similar, because they are focusing on delivering the same result for the same target, it creates competition. And when competition is strong, is rude, it's easier to stand out. How? By just being different. By just being different, you will stand out. You will agree with me that among a bunch of black books, if there is a book that is yellow, that book will stand out easily. Why? Because all the other books have the same color, and it is easy for that yellow book to stand out. It is the same thing with competition. Competition talks about sameness, similarity, people doing the same thing, people following the same pattern, the same strategy, solving the same problem, delivering the same results for the same target. But if you want to stand out, just be different. Be different. And this strategy of Jesus, the three ones, will help you just achieve that. If you have difficulties coming up with attractive and persuasive content, my job, that is my job. You can DM me and I can help you with that. That is my job and the job of my team. But I wanted you today to understand that there is a strategy for you who want to get into a new market, to stand out and to dominate. There is a strategy for you who want to get into business, to stand out and to dominate. One target, one message, one result. I hope you've got a lot of value from this. It was Zoe from Cameroon. Leave us your comments. Leave us your questions. It will help you with the next videos. And I'm asking you, help us spread the word about this channel, about this platform. Leave a thumbs up. Like this channel. Share it with people you know may need this kind of content. It will be helpful for us. It will make our day. And as I usually say, it was Zoe from Cameroon, and I wish you success.